And maybe that ties into idea. Maybe this is the start of this African Netflix, whatever you want to call it. I think the reason why we here in South Africa can watch a series that, I mean, you mentioned a German series. I think you said it was called Dark or In the Dark or something like that.
Dark. Yeah.
That's a German show, right? And then even in the US, right? We can consume that content because like culturally we understand it. We can relate to it. Whereas like the average South African probably doesn't really like care for that kind of stuff. It's probably not going to want to watch like a German show. And I think the reason behind that is just 100%. Because of like a cultural difference, right? But with globalization, our cultures are becoming a lot more like merged and a lot similar because we're able to connect with each other through social media and through the internet and be able to build relationships with people overseas in a different way than what we were able to do before. And that's provided an opportunity. And you see it happening now, like with Uncle Waffles. I don't know if you guys know Uncle Waffles. Okay, so to Tahir and anyone else watching might not know who Uncle Waffles is. She's a DJ. She was performing at an event here in Joburg. It got hella lit. Someone took out their phone, recorded it. Everyone was dancing, having a vibe. So much so to the point where it started going viral on Twitter. People in the UK were sharing it. Drake followed her on Instagram because he saw it. It got to the point, and just side notes, the way that Drake following someone on Instagram can create someone's career is mind-blowing. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Coming back to the story though, so like she built up a fan base in the UK to the point where these guys, I don't know if you guys know Creative Corner. They're like a music management company. Shout out to Zeus and Kai, if y'all ever see this. But essentially what they did was they managed to do a tour overseas in the UK. So now they're getting that in pounds and P's and bringing that back home here to South Africa. And that's an example of what I'm talking about. So they've done it in the music space and they've managed to crack the code. And them doing that has proven something, right? And it's proven that there's an appetite for the content and for the music and for the arts and the culture that is created here in not just South Africa, but I believe in Africa, because you can look at other examples like Davido, for example, right? There's a global appetite for that kind of music and that kind of culture. And that provides an opportunity for us to be able to provide that overseas, created in a way where it actually, if you can combine that with actual like impact and value, I honestly believe that we'll be able to build this kind of platform that you're talking about, Sam, and have it centered around like what the US and what Germany and Europe and all these other places can't offer. They can't offer what we have here. There'll never be a Trevor Noah that comes from the US. Like, it just won't happen. So I think that's ultimately where our opportunity lies, and that's where the money lies too. Those people, they're going to be spending money on that, bring that back to our economy, and invest it in the arts. I feel, because I don't feel like we can trust government, bro. Government's leaving us out of the cold, bro. So we need to figure out our own ways to do it. I believe that's the way, man. And maybe that ties into idea. Maybe this is the start of this African Netflix, whatever you want to call it.